I get started on anything, the Aquarius and the Gemini are both air signs. Aquarius, if you want to find a Gemini, you have to look between the dates May 21st and June 20th. They are both logical, they both are very weird, very strange to others, they come off different, scares people a little bit. So when you put them together, it's pretty much like an encyclopedia in real life form. Aquarius is the know-it-all and wants to know everything, and their keyword is know, K-N-O-W, and the Gemini is the talker, the speaker, the communicator. So pretty much makes sense that when these two get together, it's book just springing open, and they have all the details, all the facts, and they just combine their forces to make a library. Goddamn. What I personally love about these two signs is when they get together, the conversation never stops. And Gemini wants that. Gemini is looking for someone to talk to and looking for topic changes. Aquarius can give that. Aquarius is willing to find someone that they can communicate with well enough, ranging from topics, and Gemini is the one for that. Another thing that is so great about these two signs is because that they are air signs, they will have very independent views, and Aquarius admires that about the Gemini, and the Gemini admires that about the Aquarius. They're not judging one another, but they appreciate each other's views. The Aquarius comes from a world where peace and tranquility will bring knowledge, whereas the Gemini digs deep under the surface, and because they're also known as two faces, they see both sides of the world, the dark side and the good side. The Aquarius takes a while to analyze both the good side of the world and the bad side of the world. So the Aquarius takes their time, but since the Gemini has seen both worlds and is able to transition themselves into both worlds, they can help the Aquarius find facts quickly. Aquarius loves this. They love people that can think on their feet, and that is a Gemini. A Gemini knows everything and has an opinion on everything. So when the know-it-all Aquarius matches up with a Gemini in a compatibility with friendship or a relationship or even a family ship, get along, and they will fight. There's no doubt about that. There will be fights, but the fights come from a very honest place. The Aquarius will not get mad at anyone for no reason. Opinions are put on the table. You want people to speak their minds. You don't want to say yes to everything that the other person is saying. You want that person to, have their own views on life and history and everything else that requires knowledge. So pretty much, these two signs are very independent, and they make such an exciting pair. In my case, I've had so many Geminis in my life, so many, and still to this day, they provide such knowledge for me, and they push me a lot. They push me to the point where I feel like I can open up a book, or I can work harder, or I can wake up every day and go out and meet people, and I feel like that is the Gemini persuasion. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Okay, so now that I've pretty much covered those details, I will talk about the compatibility between the Aquarius and the Gemini in a friendship. When these two become friends, it's instantaneous. They both love to talk. They both love people. They both love social settings. They both love to, be outgoing and be around energy and not sit home and watch Netflix. Like, that's not them. They could, but they're like, I need a new adventure. I need to go out. I need to scavenge the world. And because the Gemini gets very bored very quickly, the Aquarius stimulates that. The Aquarius comes up with new ideas. The innovator. So the Gemini is like, holy balls, you just came up with the best adventure. Let's run off the waterfall. Let's dive into the deepest of the oceans. Let's do this. Let's make memories and create even more memories. And the Aquarius thinks about it. The Aquarius gives the idea of a spontaneous adventure. The Gemini's like, yes, 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 let's do it. And then the Aquarius is like, hold on, wait a minute. How should we go about this? I have to control the Gemini because the Gemini just wants to take every risk there is. Now, Aquarius is a risk taker, but they analyze everything before they take a risk, and they weigh out the possibilities. They see if there's a good side and there is a bad side, and then they jump in. They always have so much to talk about, and there could be drama, but it's good drama, and it's drama that makes you think and makes you want to go out and do more for the world and for yourself. Okay, so let's say that the Aquarius and the Gemini go out as friends and they just want to go on their adventure. And so the Aquarius, because they know so many people, so many, friends or not, acquaintances, strangers, whatever, what have you, the Gemini comes along and is in the back of their mind thinking, how in the hell does this person know so many people? They're just dumbfounded by how many people the Aquarius knows. And the Gemini starts talking to everybody. The Aquarius doesn't even have to introduce. The Gemini's already reaching their hand over and shaking the hand and being like, hey, what's up? Hello. I'm the Gemini. I'm the talker. Let's keep talking. If you stop talking, I'm going to kill you. Aquarius is in the background kind of like laughing like, oh, great. I don't have to worry about if the Gemini's going to get along with my friends because the Gemini is already making friends like left and right, both ways. And this is very flexible for the signs when they're in friendship because the Aquarius does not want to worry about if the other sign that they're with is going to get along with the people that they love to talk to and the people that they love to surround themselves with. The Aquarius just wants everyone to get along, and they have no worries when it comes to the Gemini because the Gemini is so willing to just meet everybody. The Gemini's like, the Aquarius is smart and goofy. How does this person exist? And I like to say that the Gemini and the Aquarius pairing is almost like a fairy tale, even in a friendship, because the Aquarius is always willing to find some way to brighten the Gemini's day or bring some factual information to them and provide it to them in a more logical manner more than emotions. And as you know, air signs are all logic. So the Gemini is like, wow, the Aquarius is not even bringing emotions onto the table. How is this possible? And how are they so passionate about everything in life? So that's the great thing about this friendship is they can vent to one another, but it's more in a logical type of visionary. Can both vent to one another. That's definitely a possibility, but the way that they speak to one another is almost laughing. And they're jokers, and they kind of just throw sarcastic remarks at one another, but they both know that it's silly remarks, and it's more logical more than emotional. Now, if they do fight, Gemini is looking for a fight. So the Aquarius will say, no, not today, because you already talk too much. So if we fight, this is never, ever, ever, ever gonna end, and I'm gonna sit here for hours listening to you just be very sarcastic with me and try to bring me down to a level where you don't want to see me. A lot of people don't know that when the Aquarius gets angry, they pretty much not black out, but they forget about all logic, and they will spur out every negative comment that they've thought about you pretty much to your face. And a lot of people don't know how to handle that because they've gone their whole lives seeing the Aquarius as calm and collected and reserved and just keeping everything to themselves. because they know what to say at a certain moment and what they don't need to say at a certain moment. So the Gemini will tend to spark that anger in the Aquarius. And Gemini will say everything that's on their mind, but the Aquarius will wait for certain moments to bring up certain things. The Gemini is not like that. So when they do fight, the Aquarius will not take it. The Aquarius will say what's on their mind at that certain moment, only when they're angry. And that's something that the Aquarius needs to work on. So this is almost a competitive match in compatibility because the Aquarius is willing to talk. And the Gemini has to take a break and think about how they're going to outmatch the Aquarius in a talkathon. So I really love this friendship. They can provide both, how do you say that, conversation, and they can give each other both the freedom that they need, because the Gemini understands that the Aquarius wants to be alone. And they can sense that. They can also know how to get around that. Even when the Aquarius wants their alone time, and the connection between them is so fast-paced. They can work with one another really easily, and they can also know when to separate from one another. A lot of signs do not know how to depart from one another. I'm talking about all the signs and how they come compatible to other signs, and just in general as a human being, let's forget about signs for a minute. You need your own space. You need to recollect yourself and find some sort of stimulation within yourself and not just depend on another person. So now back to Gemini and Aquarius, they both give that to one another. And there's no reason for one of them to become clingy. Gemini does not want to pull away most times. And this is almost like a bomb ticking in their brain. And they have to fight with themselves to actually depart from the Aquarius. And they have to try and find themselves again. And the Aquarius is so aloof to this. The Aquarius is like, okay, you want to hang out again? Sure, let's hang out again. The Gemini's like, I hope they hang out with me again. I really hope so. I really, really want to hang out with them. I want to go on an adventure. Please, I want to talk. Please, 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 please. Now I'm going to talk to you guys about the Gemini and the Aquarius in a relationship. Personally, I've never dated a Gemini. I actually had a crush on a Gemini in, I think it was high school. And I swear to you, when I saw him in the hallway, it was kind of just like, we had eye sex, like, instantly. But, he you know when someone's giving you eye sex, and that's what happened. And it was pretty much with any Gemini that I was with. The eye lock, when the eyes lock between us, it's almost like nothing can pull it apart. And, I loved those moments. Because this is a match made in heaven. They love one another. They're both so fascinated in one another. And I can also say that because they are both so willing to be weird, that they can host parties. They can go out and do whatever they want, and other people will stare at them in fascination. A relationship, a Gemini and Aquarius have a sexual connection. Gemini knows exactly what the Aquarius is looking for and knows how to touch and when not to touch. Aquarius knows exactly what turns the Gemini on with just a look. Aquarius is definitely going to cancel dates on the Gemini because they need their alone time. The Gemini is hurt. Again, they can't stay away from the Aquarius. They just want to be with the Aquarius and find that happy connection. And the Aquarius is like, no, I want to be by myself. Please leave me alone. Also, the Aquarius will have to deal with the Gemini staring at them for hours and hours and hours. The Aquarius wants every second to be a moment. And the Gemini wants every second in the relationship to stimulate them. So in reality, the Gemini is never bored with the Aquarius, but the Aquarius is already getting bored of having to constantly try. Aquarius is always watching their own moves and saying, should I have done that? Should I have done this? Do I think he likes it? This is almost like if you take middle school type of crushes, and almost like kids when they're together and they're always trying to please the other. But in reality, they already are pleasing one another. So they're always trying to figure out how to make the relationship better, but it already is better. Again, these are futuristic signs. They always think ahead. They're always ahead of everybody else in thinking. And they come together in love, and they're both so foreign to a love connection because, you know, they're more compatible being friends than in a relationship. And they take friendship and turn it into a relationship, but the Aquarius will always see the relationships that they're in as friendships, which is very confusing. I hope you got that. Now I'm going to give you guys tips on how the Gemini and the Aquarius can make their friendship better. Now let's say you are a Gemini. The first thing that you could do is give them their space and know when the Aquarius wants their space. And don't be stubborn about it, because the Gemini tends to get very fussy about how the Aquarius is pulling away, and the Aquarius sometimes just doesn't want to talk about why they're pulling away. So just try to know that they want to be on their own. Now let's say the Aquarius wants to improve the friendship with the Gemini. The first thing the Aquarius wants to do is give them more resources. If you found a book, let them know. If you found new music, let them know. Be that sort of internet source for them, that Google. Be the Google for the Gemini. Now I'm going to give you guys tips in a relationship for the Gemini and the Aquarius. Now let's say you are a Gemini trying to attract the Aquarius. Sit back and be a little bit more quiet. Because yes, the Aquarius loves that you want to talk and start a conversation. But the Aquarius wants some sort of silence, and in a relationship, that's important, because you don't constantly want to be fighting over, history and politics at every second of the day. So let's say you are an Aquarius trying to attract a Gemini in a relationship. Wink at them. No, I'm just kidding. The most important thing that you should think about, Aquarius, when you're trying to attract the Gemini is you are already unique and you're different and you love to talk. So the Gemini will sense you and feel you out from everyone else as quickly as you can think. So Aquarius, do not be afraid to make the first move, because you tend to sit back and wait for the Gemini to make the move because they are so risky. And you know what? Screw it. You take the risk. You take the risk and kiss them or hit them up or flirt with them first. So guys, that's the end of the Gemini and the Aquarius. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you are a Gemini or if you are an Aquarius, please do let me know your experiences with the Gemini or your experiences with the Aquarius. Anything like that, definitely let me know. It's interesting. And of course, you really have to think about the planets that are in their total chart. These are really important as well, but this is just a generalization of the Gemini and the Aquarius. And oh my god, I feel like a Gemini right now speaking too fast.
How'd your test go?
Pretty good.
You actually think you did good?
I think I got like a C on it. No, stop! I'm recording a video!
Yeah!
Do it back! Do it! Stop!
Food? Want pizza?
Huh? What?
Want pizza? Did you touch my titties? Mom, I don't have any titties. What the fuck are you talking about? They're pectorals. What? Oh! Gosh, Mickey! No,
Oh gosh, Mickey! You wanna fuck me in the ass?
oh! No, wait, no.
I'm going to you. You say you're just a friend.
Let's talk about politics.
Gemini and the Aquarius.
Why would they talk about politics and everything? Why the fuck would it be politics? I'm out.
Shut my door, please.
Nope.
Okay. Sorry about that. He left. Okay, so now.
I didn't leave, bitch.
But I love him.
Oh!
Our planets.
Well, you fucking suck dick!
Looking at our planets.
Aha! Like, you messing? You stepping to Elmo? What makes you think Elmo won't cut you? It's fucking.
Yeah. I'm an Aquarius. I'm on my lap. As long as you don't give a fuck and you. What the fuck just happened?